Masters of Combat, as it's known for its PAL exclusive Master System release, or Buster Fight as it's known in Japan for its exclusive Game Gear port, is the result of me seeing if there were any original fighting games for the Master System that weren't ports of 16-bit arcade games. There are probably others, but this was the one I found. Set in Megalo City, a UFO lands near the place in the year 20XX. An observation team check it out, but nothing is found. The next year, the mayor announces a tournament to determine the strongest fighter on Earth. But the mayor is dodgy and has a big secret, and it's not that he has no eyes. There are 4 playable characters, and you fight the others, and a mirror match. Since the Master System has just 2 buttons, combat is very limited. I have one attack button, doing a throw when up close, and a jump button. The reason jump is mapped to a button is because a lot of special move inputs require pressing up. Special moves are done with 2 or more diagonal directions pressed and then attack. I can also short dash along the ground. As for the characters, they have no story I'm aware of, so it's just to get an idea of who they are. First is Hayate, the ninja. Pressing down, back, up, forward and attack will have him throw a shuriken, while pressing down, back, up, forward twice and attack will have him throw 3. Up, back, up, forward and attack causes a series of kicks while moving forward. Down, forward and attack is a series of punches followed by an uppercut. Up, back, down, forward and attack is a dash forward with the katana slash. Great damage but a nightmare to pull off. And down, back, up, and attack is a rising elbow. Hayate is one of the cooler looking characters, but was my least favourite to play as. Some of it could just be the fact that his was my first playthrough, but I found a lot of his specials not very useful, while the best one just wouldn't come out most of the time. Getting the game to recognise 2 diagonal inputs is tough enough, let alone 3. I do like his stage though, the religious temple but with technology in the pillars. Don't know what the stupid kid sticking his hand on the arena is thinking though. Next we have Gonzalez. Up, back, up, forward and attack is a series of punches both low and high. Down, back, down, forward and attack has him send a wave of fire along the ground. Down, back, and attack performs a Shoryuken, and a launching dropkick with up, back, down, forward and attack. For being the dullest looking character on the roster, Gonzalez was more fun than Hayate. His ground fireballs and punch rushes were enough to deal with most situations, and he also has a lunging kick as a normal move that has decent range. It took a third of the total time it took as Hayate to beat the game with Gonzalez. His stage does bring up the issue of the characters having no story. Why is it some kind of power plant? Does he work there? Was he created there? I'd like to know anything about them. Next is High Vault Man. He'll throw some kind of wave along the screen with up, forward and attack. Down, back and attack has him fail a flip kick and land on his arse. A grounded wave projectile with down, forward and attack. And an electric hammer fist with up, down, forward and attack while up close. He's not as fun as Gonzalez for me, being so much slower, but he does have an advancing punch like Gonzalez's kick. High Vault Man is my least favourite character in the game though. For one, I just think he looks dumb. They're going for Soldier, but the 8-bit graphics looks more like an American football player to me. Then you get his silly top-heavy torso on top of the little toothpick legs. But most importantly, his AI is always an arsehole. Moves with 3 inputs are a nightmare if you're human, but he can pin you in the corner and throw out as many of them as he wants with no delay to keep you there until you're dead. Hated him for it. His stage is an army base. It's okay. Then we have Wingburger. He has a flying clothesline with down, up, forward and attack, a vertical dropkick with down, up, and attack. Finally, a huge shot from his arms with down, forward, up, and attack that deals huge damage. It's strong enough it knocks him over too. He also has a few extending limb attacks. I liked playing as Wingburger. He has the range of those stretchy attacks, and while 2 of his specials don't do it for me, that projectile when you pull it off is amazing. He also looks cooler than half the cast to me. As for his stage, it makes more sense to me than Gonzalez's. He wears a welding mask, so maybe he works in a factory. His stage is a factory. I get it. After taking down 2 other characters, you get a minigame where you have to beat up a forklift. And then after taking down all 4, we get a cutscene. The mayor surprises everyone by announcing that he will be taking part in the tournament, but then he surprises everyone even more by revealing that he is an alien. He's hosting the tournament so the winner can be his next host body. The alien can be made playable too. By beating the game and sitting through the credits, you can activate a new extra difficulty. The alien is available to play as once that difficulty is chosen. The alien can spit a projectile with down, up, forward and attack. He can roll along the ground with up, forward and attack. And he can spin in place with his tail out using down, forward, up, and attack. The alien does my head in a bit because he's one of those characters who's a nightmare to fight because he has final boss AI, while also being tough to play as himself. His attacks were very unwieldy to me, and not just the specials. A roundhouse that takes forever to come out, punching as if he has little T-Rex arms. and then the boss version uses all that and destroys you with it. I think he looks a bit silly too. I don't think the character design worked within the limitations of the Master System. His stage isn't that interesting either. The city skyline is a good idea, but the stage looks so cramped that you don't feel like you're seeing much of it. That's all I have to say about this. Time to finish. Every character has the same ending, watching the sun rise over the city he just saved. That includes the villain's ending too. Then the credits. This game is okay. Another of those that just barely manages to make its way out of the bad section of the ranking. It's let down by not knowing much about the characters, which makes them not very memorable. The special moves can be a bit of a pain and the AI a dickhead, but it plays smoothly and is mostly responsive. A lot faster than I was expecting, and better than any ported Master System fighting game I've played.